Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Cryptic. I'm back with a enhancement guide. This is going to be a three-part guide. The first part will be your talent choices. As you can see, I'm in my ugly ass Ford Garrison, so we'll just jump right into it. Basically, the tier 15, 30, and 45 talents aren't that big of a deal. I'm running Astral Shift because right now a lot of the raid damage is predictable, so you can pop a self cooldown, and it really helps out your healers. Earth Grab Totem doesn't really help out too much in that many fights right now. Maybe in 6.2 they will. We'll see. Totemic Projection I'm a big fan of, just due to the fact that you can, let's say on Beast Lord, for example, you can throw down your AoE totem and then project it to wherever you want to put it, so where the ads are coming out. That's when I use it the most. Besides that, you really don't use those talents that much, except for Astral Shift. I have it right here. It's a really good talent to use. So we'll just jump right into the 60, 75, and 90 and 100 talents. Echo the Elements, honestly, right now is super strong for those of you who do not have like a high haste cap or gear cap right now. I run Echo the Elements on basically all the AoE fights, and even honestly, like, I pulled some of my bigger numbers on the single target fights because my haste isn't at the level that I want it to be. Basically, with all the buffs and stuff, like with heroism and all that, you want to be around 50% haste to like not bother using Echo the Elements. Right now, like unbuffed, well, with a flask, no, it's a Jelly flask, so it wouldn't make a difference. I have 19.35 haste, which is really kind of low, but for single target, it's really not that bad. You don't really run Ancestral Swiftness anymore just because it's not that strong. And Elemental Mastery is definitely the choice for single target fights like Gruul or Gorger. I mean, you're not going to get a high power on or Gorger, but you know, you would run it on Gruul, you'd run it on Blackhand, probably even, yeah, you would even run it on Hans and Franz because Echo wouldn't really help you out that much. The 75, this is just kind of a given. You would run Ancestral Guidance just because it is sick. Like, rushing streams isn't going to help you. That's more of a healing cooldown. And Conductivity is just not that good compared to Ancestral Guidance. I mean, they're all healing cooldowns, but like I said, like, you can kind of predict the damage that's going to be coming in this tier of bosses. Like, for instance, on Chromog, for instance, Mythic Chromog, I would pop Ancestral Guidance before I get in the hands. Because I do so much AoE damage, I'm also going to be AoE healing my allies, so it really helps out a lot. The number 90, this one can be kind of, I don't know, it's kind of give and take. Some people will say Unleash Fury, but the majority of people will say Primal Elementalist is way better. Excuse me. So what Primal Elementalist does is basically it empowers your Fire Elemental Totem to basically be big dick damage. Like, I can't really put it any simpler. It does insane damage. On top of that, you can set up macros so that you can't screw up and throw down a totem instead of your Elementalist because you made a mistake and you're just going through your rotation. Then you throw down a fire totem and then boom, your fire ally is gone. You can't really do that with Primal Elementalist if you make the macro. I'll show you the macro in my next part to this enhancement guide, but for now, this is just the talents. So 100, some people will say Storm Elemental Totem does decent damage, but it really doesn't. You can maybe pull it off on Gruul and maybe Blackhand, but personally Liquid Magma seems to be the way to go every time. I mean, I'm not talking about like tier 1, like just going for the Paris races here. Like, Liquid Magma is just your go-to, kind of. I mean, it's a 45-second cooldown, and it actually does mad single target damage as well. When 6.2 comes out, I'll definitely do an updated guide just because a lot of things will change based on the boss fights and whatnot. But basically, this is what you're going to be seeing for a lot of the bosses. Because of all the AoE and basically almost all the bosses, you're going to want to run Echo the Elements and Liquid Magma, Primal Elementalist, and Ancestral Guidance. Those are just basically your go-to. However, on the single target fights, as I said, you may want to run Elemental Mastery and you may want to run Storm Elemental Totem. But besides that, there's really... You could maybe pull off Ancestral Swiftness, which I used when I first started playing Enhancement, but it's really not that good, guys. All it does is make your Lightning Bolt instant. So yeah, that's all there is for talents. For glyphs, there's really not that many choices, guys. Glyph Flame Shock's pretty good. I'll run it sometimes, but mostly I've been running Glyph Fire Nova, and Glyph of Lava Spread. A must-have is Glyph of Frost Shock, so that it'll reduce the cooldown of Frost Shock. It's a beautiful glyph. Fire Nova and Lava Spread just really help on fights like Flamebender, when you're Mythic Flamebender, when you have to AoE the dogs, and sometimes they're a little bit further away than you'd like. Same with Chromog, you can hit all the hands. It's basically, that's all there really is to it. Maybe Ghost Wolf, but there's really no fights where you get slowed and you need Ghost Wolf right now. So yeah, that's all I really run for glyphs, guys. Nothing too exciting, nothing too special. But yeah, guys, that's my first part of this enhancement guide, and I really appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, take care. Cryptic's out.